Hello everyone, I'm Danielle. You are from Microgreen Evolution, and of course today I'm talking about the future of microgreen with my guest Max from Simply Grow. And last time we were very impressed about that machine. A lot of people ask me what is it and everything, so I decided to do a video on that. And today I have Max to talk about just 3D printer for microgreen. So hello Max, how are you today?
Hi, really nice to be here again. And we'll be talking today about our technologies. I think it's quite interesting.
The 3D printer for microgreen.
Well, that's so what we find out actually, we can use 3D printer to build hydroponic setups for growing microgreens, and not only microgreens. The application are actually unlimited. So it's standard 3D printer, I can say, quite big because it's a 1.2 meter wide. So it's quite big and like professional printer what we're using at the moment. And with this printer, we are developing a new system. It's super sustainable as we're using materials. They are like friendly for the. It's still plastic, but if it's not one-time use plastic, it's much more friendly for environment than the like one-time use plastic. We was doing this for last 2 years and developing this new product actually. And now we are ready to go to the market with this. And it's super interesting as we not only developing the product, but also like the full line of different approach to grow veggies. And I think this is most important at the moment.
Where did you get that idea? Because of course it's not there. Nobody's got this 3D printer. Did you dream about it and you wake up and say, let's do 3D printer for microgreen?
We started thinking about this from the beginning of the Simply Grow. So our first like super small a printer for 100 pounds or so was like some cheap Chinese printer, and we started printing like the small trays and thinking, can we use that system to be more sustainable, to stop using the mass production of the plastic tray where we're doing some in China. You don't know the materials with you just buying these and hope that that's exactly what you ordered. And then we was thinking, all right, can we use 3D print? And obviously when we started doing this, there was like lots of different up and downs, and then we realized the 3D print usually is not watertight. No. So now we have the patent of the way to printing these trays or these setups watertight straight from the printer. So because of that, you don't need to use any chemicals or post-processing.
Special machine that's do the watertight, or you just try
the way of how we printing.
Okay.
So the machine is standard, and plastic we're using is standard as well. Obviously, the treatment of the plastic need to be on the way that allow us to grow food inside. Yeah. So they need to be food safe. Yeah. And then so to do so, you cannot use any chemicals in post-processing, is super important. And the print usually in the nature is porous. So you have the super tiny holes when water can leak through these holes. Yeah. So we was looking for the way how to change that. And actually, after 2 years of the research and development, we find out the way how to print pretty quick without without these small, tiny parts when the water can find a way and leak through these holes.
Okay, cool. And I'm sure a lot of people is going to listen to the video and is going to say, but what is 3D print or printer? That because I know about it because it's been there for a little while, but a lot of people still don't know. What is 3D printer?
So the 3D printer is just like it's a printer for putting like the super tiny like line of plastic with the on the special order. Yeah. So and this plastic is like 0.4 millimeters tall, and every single so we're building something, for example, what is 2 meters tall. So every single time the nozzle running around the bed is putting only 0.4 millimeter, and is doing this constantly until the whole project is done. So that's I think the simplest way to explain what is 3D printing. So 3D printing allow us to print 3D object from the plastic material. It's a printer for putting like the super tiny like line of plastic with the on the special order. Yeah. So and this plastic is like 0.4 millimeters tall, and every single so we're building something, for example, what is 2 meters tall. So every single time the nozzle running around the bed is putting only 0.4 millimeter, and is doing this constantly until the whole project is done. So that's I think the simplest way to explain what is 3D printing. So 3D printing allow us to print 3D object from the plastic material.
It's, instead of putting ink, they're putting probably what I figure, probably the plastic or the material, because I think they're using a lot of 3D printing to build some character, like what they sell, or some toys or different thing. That's what I saw. But for me, I didn't even think about having some trailer for microgreen, and that's a great idea because you're using a lot of them, and of course you have to order them all the time. They break, and they all have those problems. And I think so now you're using them for yourself, for your company, but you're gonna start talking about it a little bit more about order it from you, and eventually we'll talk a little bit later for the future. But I think right now you're at the point of like if somebody wants to have a 3D trail, but they can order from you. And let me know what you have in special, and because you have some customized also 3D.
Yeah. So before go to that, because you mentioned about the many times the something is you can broken a tray in the process of production, and this is exactly the same here in 3D printing. But the beauty of this system is if you broken it, you can send it back to us, and we can print another one from the same material. So did nothing going to waste.
Cool.
So you can.
Is it the machine that's melting the material and reprinting?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So we have the special extruder. So turning the old material into a pellet.
Wow.
And then extrude from that pellet the new line of the same material, what was used already. So that's the beauty. That's another like the advantage of 3D printing. That when we can not only print any shape your imagination want, but also you can reuse and reuse the same materials more often.
So you're using that now for all your
output.
So what we see in the back of yourself, that's 3D printer trail. Those ones?
Well, no, here we have the standard sprouters, because that's for the pea shoots, and because we're building our setups at the moment, it's not big enough to fulfill all our production needs, unfortunately, at this point. But I hope that in the next 2-3 months that change, and all our production will be only 3D print, only using 3D printed trays. But at the moment, this because that was research and
you're still in the
development
test,
process.
the beta test.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
But you do small culture with the 3D for your tests right now. So it's still coming available for the public probably in December or
so we planning actually put the product from the next month. They will be available definitely through the eBay to buy.
Okay.
And that's the integrated tray. That's the integrated system. So there will be two different size, small racking and like big one, depend what you need. So the small racking for it, that there will be for people who want to grow in home, only like the small batches of the greens, and we obviously can supply the seeds for that system and full instructions step by step. That system is plug and play, so you just need to assembly, racking, put the pipes together. Everything is super explained, and then you can start growing your own microgreens all year round without any outsource, and that's beneficial for everyone, because that's first for me. The microgreens look amazing. You know, this is the like as a decoration for your house. It's something unbelievable, because you have so many different colors and shapes and smells, varieties. It's amazing. And then you have this another benefit when you have your own food, like superfood you growing for yourself in your home with using sustainable technology. So that's the beauty of this system.
Cool. So it's like you putting the word of the world of the microgreen as a beauty aspect, a decoration in your house, and what is amazing, because a lot of people say, well, I have to go, I need an extra room if I want to do microgreen. But if you put it in your kitchen or living room and you get enough whatever light or what they need, they are a piece of art, you know.
Yes.
And so what people, let's say they want to have a special design, they send you the design, or you talk to the people to they do a design, or they having let's say I want to have a tour, make like a Paris Eiffel tour. So can you do something like that? Like very, very, you know, special.
So part of our product is the microgreens growing tower as well.
Yeah.
And that's the totally different product from like but you can send us a picture. For example, you have the corner in your house when you nothing to do there, so we can print products special for that corner. They can match the color of your furniture. They can be like many different shapes, because they don't need to be round. You know, obviously there is some limitations, but the more than less we can do a lot. So you're just sending a picture, and we're sending a few different designs.
Okay. How people can have an idea, and you can, you know, say, well, I got no idea, so, you know, do your artistic thing, and you know, you're gonna have some kind of very nice gallery by next year about, you know, people who's doing a whole bunch of things. I never saw something like that, and it's pretty. Is it somebody else who thought about that, or you're the only one to think about this project in the world?
I'm not sure what, but I'm pretty sure that we are the first in United Kingdom, because there is like still this how to say, so the people still think the 3D printing is just like for some geeks doing this in home. You know, it's super slow to print something. You need like 2 months of printing. It's not anymore. And first, it's not that expensive anymore to print.
Okay.
Second, the quality is amazing. You can print from thousands different materials. They can be from like the carbon fiber to wood even.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, so this industry grow massively from the last few years, and now we just take the small like advantage of this and implementing this setup into growing culture, and that's definitely something that we hope the people will be love it.
Because that's when the first 3D printer machines came out. I know I saw it. I started seeing it, but I don't remember exactly. It's not very old.
Yeah, I think there's like 10 years ago there was a first
really?
printer.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was the printer, you know, only for the people who know what they're doing. But no one, well, maybe that's the wrong word. They want to learn how to printing because that was super complicated. The technology was super young, and faulty more than successful print. And now we have the amazing softwares running the printers, and like I say, the choose of the many different materials.
Cool.
and varieties of the products.
Do you suggest people to, let's say in the future, to order a printer and you teach them how to do, and you get like your own setup and they can do their own setup because they have a big company, or it's better to order from you some trail and exchange it?
Obviously that depends on how on customer, as the 3D printer is a noisy thing.
Oh.
You know? So I don't recommend this for the home users. It's like it's the super noisy. Is a big chunk of the equipment. But if you want to run the company, then obviously the 3D printer it's something you should consider. And we have the franchisee and knowledge and franchisee scheme, when we can learn our customers how to use this technology and share obviously what we know about the 3D printed on the franchisee scheme.
Yeah, I'm intrigued about. So you need like a room just for that? Is it a material left over and you can reuse this material, or?
Yes. So we have the printer actually outside of our growing room. Okay. Because this it's like I say, it's noisy, it's hot, and it's big, and it's this massive printer. The printer weight is more than 200 kilo. Wow. So it's quite big part of the equipment. Okay. But yeah, and now we will be building the special room only for that printer with the HEPA filters. The printer have enclosure inside, so we don't worry about the dust and stuff what go inside. But the heating element is like leaking a lot of heat outside of the printer. So to save energy, we want to build like the special small room only for the printer. When the printer can
tiny
sit
house.
there.
A tiny house for the printer.
Exactly.
Of course, yeah, because you get the bigger industrial one, but eventually probably you will have smaller one for, well, you never know, for the future. So what's the planning for the future? We talk about a little bit about people can get it and all those things. What is your future? What the next, because I always like to talk about the shorter future. Like, let's say we are in September 2023, because 10 years from now is going to be another thing. But till, let's say, Christmas time or spring, what's the dream to see your 3D printer trail?
Yeah, well, so we definitely what we want to do to introduce the products to the public. So for the professional users and for the home growers, so there will be two different type of products, and then depending on the how many orders we get. The dream is to get another printer much bigger than this one, and printing even more, and then the better quality. The beauty of this system is that if we find something what is like a flaw or mistake in a project, we can fix that in 5 minutes. So the project evolving, like every single print, the project is better and better, and we're finding, all right, this will be working much better on this grow. So we're just tweaking our project and printing another part of the equipment. This is not possible in traditional method of the developing of product. And to bring something like that to the market, you need like millions of dollars to as the standard method of the research and development. And with the 3D print, actually we can cut this process to very short time, and now we have the ready to go beautiful project.
Yeah, it's going to help a lot the new entrepreneur wants to start this business, because there's a lot of people. It's like what I find out by listening to a lot of people. It's 3 year. It's the 3 year people like get the wave of starting microgreen. I think it started after COVID, or people start thinking about that, and a lot of people say, I've been doing that for 3 years. I started my project 3 years ago. That's really, really, I think the COVID did something in the mind of a lot of people. So to be entrepreneur, to eat good, to be healthier for the planet and all those things, it's a lot of thinking that went through this period. So yeah, that's a good project. And so right now, if people want to get contact with you just to ask a question or put in a waiting list or something like that, so they just go to your website, what's the best way? Because a lot of people's gonna have...
So the best way is to contact us by the email. So our email is a contact@simply-grow.co.uk. That's the best way to contact us about these setups and 3D print.
We're gonna put it under the video.
Great. And when we go on the market with this project, obviously they will be available on the eBay and straight on our online shop as well to buy.
Yeah.
So if someone is interested, definitely for the waiting list, that's the best time to contact us.
That's a good. Let's build a waiting list, for a wish list for Christmas.
Yeah, wish list for Christmas.
Wish list for Christmas. So I can wait to see your project coming up and see the evolution. You can go on your website. We're going to put the link under, and to see the evolution of all that. And of course, you selling a lot of microgreen. You're in the world of this in UK, one of the biggest companies. So that's always nice to see, because a lot of people say, well, are you living from, because there was a question today here on one group, can you live on selling microgreen? And that was a big question. And you're the perfect example of being a photographer for National Geographic. That's where you were, to being a microgreen grower, and that's amazing.
Yes. So definitely that's a lot of work, and my favorite quote about this is from Elon Musk. It's my biggest inspiration.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're not failing, that means you are not innovative enough.
Oh.
So
that's cool.
So and the failure is the best way to learn. And then you have never give up and learn from your fail, build another setup, something new, try different approach, but never change your goals. So that's
you're a great inspiration, Max, and we will follow you in all those things. And thank you very much for your sharing of the 3D for microgreen, and it's gonna make a better planet.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
and we'll see you very soon.